Daunte Wright was a young man who was killed by the police officer Kim Potter, excuse me, and he was killed when Potter stated that she accidentally mistook her taser for her firearm, in which she let off several shots and left him to bleed to death. Well, this is Kim Potter. That is her actual mugshot when she was arraigned and when she was arrested.
It's funny. I was thinking about this when I saw her thing. I was like, I always thought beforehand. I was like, why don't nobody ever smile in their mugshots? And then when I saw it, and I got instantly angry. I was like, oh yeah, that's why. This isn't a
Real
happy
quick.
time ever, bro. Like it is very split second where you're like, why is everybody always mean mugging? It's like, oh, because you're in trouble.
So here's where the even more frustrating part comes in. Not only was she she was convicted, but she was only convicted for only sentenced, excuse me, to 16 months in prison and $1,000 fine. 16 months, not even 2 full years in prison and $1,000 fine. It is extremely frustrating.
Especially when you consider that the prosecution was asking for what is normally for a crime like this 7 years. So they did not even get to what was going on. And I think the thing that's for anybody that is a member of justice, but like it was, we'll get to the judge's statement in just a minute. It's just this idea, man. And I was talking to Jay about this. It's the idea that like someone's life was wrongfully taken, accident or not. And apparently it's only worth 16 months in a G. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like kind of wild to me, especially because here's the other thing. I understand if you had like full-blown malintent because you're like committing some sort of crime or some shit like that, or there's proof that you're racist or something, but it's the idea that police officers are given the license to kill, not like James Bond level, but they are authorized to essentially use lethal force. And when they fuck up a G in 16 months, bro.
And here is what makes it even worse. The judge in this trial called herself rationalizing her sentencing. Check this out.
Officer Kimberly Potter was trying to do the right thing. Of all the jobs in public service, police officers have the most difficult one. They must make snap decisions under tense, evolving, and ever-changing circumstances. They risk their lives every single day in public service. Officer Potter made a mistake that ended tragically. She never intended to hurt anyone. Her conduct cries out for a sentence significantly below the guidelines. Okay, thank you.
So here's the big thing I'm going to say, and then I honestly don't want to really talk about this anymore unless there's something else you want to push.
I mean, I have a small thing, but go ahead.
Sure. I know a lot of people are like frustrated with voting in this country. A lot of people they were saying how they were feeling some type of way about even bothering voting for president and things like that. I still think that is super important, and that even if it is a lesser of two evils type situation, you got to do what you can to do that. But this is why all of your state, all of your local elections are so important, that you keep tabs on who your judge is, who your state senator is, your mayor, your governor, like not just mayor, governor, and president. Those are important, yes, but every little thing in between these elected officials. It is so damn important. Because what I would love to see, I haven't taken the time to look at it because, again, I've been dealing with a lot this weekend. I'm very curious, Jay, what her record is for sentencing, and specifically if she has had cases with law enforcement and how she's treated it versus how she treats people that aren't a part of like government agencies and stuff like that. Because this is the type of stuff where, again, just like with that Rittenhouse judge, anybody that's in that district that was upset about that needs to make sure that that motherfucker does not get reelected. It's the same thing. Now, I know some judges get appointments and stuff like that. I'm also not sure, but she's been on the bench long enough. I want to say it's been 20 odd years is her career, she said in her speech. That's a case where the next time she is up for election on the bench, take her out, man. Put in somebody better, because that is inexcusable. I can understand if you want to split the difference and go, it really was a mistake. I'm not going to give you 7 years, but I'm not going to let you off. So we're going to give you half or a little bit over half. But 16 months? Go ahead, Jay.
If a doctor kills a patient amidst surgery, they still face charges, especially if the conduct warranted it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the patient just died, body just gave up, et cetera, et cetera. Those doctors face charges. If a pilot crashes a plane and he still lives, he faces charges. There is no reason that you should be like, oh, this was a mistake. Again, we have stated on this show, there is a reason where a firearm is placed and where a taser is placed, so you know which ones to reach for. To sit there and say that she made a snap judgment mistake, I can't believe that, especially when you got to pull this trigger numerous times and then let him lie there. The story is she let him lie there. Don't give me shock. Don't give me she didn't believe what she did. A lot of these cops, not all, a lot of these cops know exactly what the fuck they're doing. There's no other way to say it. It is really sad that we have to talk about every time it seems like, people get happy when you hear a cop has been convicted from killing a black person, and people want to have this celebration of sorts. But this is why you can't celebrate those things. Because for every one that gets convicted, there are 7 that get a slap on the wrist.
That's the effed up part, man, of like the whole Chauvin situation, is the fact that it took to the point of watching this man essentially torture George Floyd for anybody to do anything. But think about the Oscar Grant situation. It happens far too often where it's just like, oh man, you're in the line of duty, which, to be honest, we should have Tommy back on when he's free. He's talked about this plenty of times. The only thing that has to happen, the only word, the magical words, and that is going to kind of go within what they are allowed to do within the letter of the law. I was in fear for my life. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Those are the magic words. If they get said, whoop. So,
Blerds in the Hood every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. All full episodes exclusively available on Twitch for the month of February. www.twitch.tv/BLERDS, the letter NTHEHOOD. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe.